smoke crept up behind him. He is free again, free to run before the onslaught of a deadly foe, needing nothing fit for pillage, hardly leaving home, and it's far too late to turn, unless it's to stone. Charging madly forward, tracks across the snow. Wind screams madness to him, ever on he goes, leading scores to mark his passage, takes his weary climb, cross the moor and make the headland, stumbling wayward blind. In the end, his footprints extend as one single line.
Goaded into an attack, persuaded to charge at his enemy. Too late, he knows it is too late now to deny. Too soon life unfolded. The past sits uneasily at his rear. He's walking right into the trap. Surrounded but striving to will and fear. Ahead of him, he knows the waste and escape.
But the dice slip through his fingers, and he's living from day to day, carrying one round upon him, leaving nothing behind but the telltale on his
This was good. This was good. Vocally, lyrically, musically, in all three departments, outstanding. Very, really good. Classical song. This is like a masterpiece. Scorched Earth, it was a kind of a dangerous and very deadly strategy employed during the wars. I think from centuries. I don't know when it started, but this practice has been going on regularly, especially during World War One and World War Two. We have read a lot about this scorched earth strategy, where the enemies kind of burn your land, burn villages, kill innocent people, rape them, torture them, loot them, and then move on. They don't just leave it as it was. There's no live and let live over here. There's live and let die. So the scorched earth philosophy, the scorched earth strategy was a very dangerous one, because the effects of it are felt till today in those countries. Those same countries who fought those wars, till today they are suffering. They can't really use that land. Most of the land is infertile, to at least grow most crops. So they are so dependent on other countries. They are so dependent on China for so many things. It's all because they can't really do anything in their own country now. Thanks to all those scorched earth strategies that they used and all the things that they did, and looting each other and killing each other all the time whenever they get an opportunity. So this scorched earth title for this song is quite apt. Then this guy suddenly finds himself reflecting on his past, looking to the future. He finds himself on the battlefield. He's too proud to kneel. So there's a lot going on in his mind. Is he a soldier? Is he a veteran now? Is he somebody who's kind of a military leader? Who knows? But he's kind of there. He's just scorched a village, possibly. He's scorched an enemy's land, and he's moved on. Smoke is drifting on behind him and all as he moves on. This was very common during the World War One and World War Two, and even later on in other wars that have been fought. Even till today, the scorched earth is a very dangerous philosophy. Americans have used it the most. The British used it, the Germans used it, but mostly the Americans. Till today, they keep, just bombing places left, right and center. Even though they claim to have the most advanced technologies as far as weaponry is concerned, they still bomb the enemy's whole land left, right and center. They don't care who they are killing, whether it's children, whether it's women, whether it's elderly who have nothing to do with the war. They just bomb them. I know during the Afghan war, at the beginning, they just bombed wedding places and all on purpose. Wherever they could hear loud music playing, wherever they could thousands of people were enjoying, dancing, making merry, they went and bombed those places. Giving the excuse to the world, or did they even have to give an excuse to the world? The world just supported them. Just because 2 buildings of theirs fell down or whatever. And most of the people that died were people from outside the US, in those planes at least. So nobody even bothers talking about those innocent victims. Because of America, they died. Americans should have died, but they died instead. So it's a funny thing. It's a strange thing. And there's one plane that just was fallen here and there, Pennsylvania or somewhere. One plane that were rammed into another building in somewhere else, Washington. So it's like, if I'm not mistaken, so it's like 4 planes totally, and most of the people on those planes were not even American originally. So it's a shame. Nobody even talks about them today, apart from guys like me. So this scorched earth strategy, these military strategies of just bombing people left, right and center, spraying Agent Orange all over the place, killing your old soldiers also. After sending them there, you don't even care, you're killing your old soldiers. So that kind of strategy that Americans have followed, and even the British for centuries, it's a very shameful one. It's a very shameful way to live. I don't even know how they sleep at night. Because those people, they may have been dead and gone, many of those soldiers. But their families, their grandkids are still living. How do they live with themselves when they are such terrorists? When they are open terrorism that they've been doing for centuries, decades and centuries now. How do they live with themselves? So this song is all about that for me. It is a reflection of all that unethical warfare strategies, unethical living strategies, lifestyle strategies that the Brits and the Americans follow till today. and they're paying the price for it. Obviously, they're paying the price for it now. Even the millions dying in both these countries every year to diseases of all kinds, where they wouldn't have had them decades ago. Decades ago, those diseases didn't even exist in those countries. Today, they're dying because of those diseases, and they don't even know how to treat most of them. You know why? Because you did all this, and you still continue to do all this to other people, innocent people worldwide. You don't expect anything to come back to you.
Well, what we saw, we reap. And if we keep sowing everything that has got to do with cancer and chemicals, that's what we will reap.
Alzheimer's.
And Alzheimer's, yes. So a lot of basically unnatural things that have been done. Anyway, coming to the song, I like the music. I like it. It takes you on a trip. It takes you on a journey of its own. The music is wholesome. Something or the other is always engaging you and your mind and working with you. That's what I like about progressive rock. Certain genres, either you will like it and you will be in it, or you will be out of it and you won't like it and you will find it repulsive. There's something about progressive rock. When it is on, it is doing something. Maybe there can be other terms for it which are not good, but then it does something. When the organ and everything is played, it is always playing with your mind and you are into it, you are thinking, it evokes thoughts, it evokes different kinds of feelings, etc. while it is playing. And if people who know what they are playing, then it gets even better. And of course, this is a GRAAF generator. So there was a lot happening. It was not as diverse as the first song that we reacted to, Undercover Man, but this was more deeper, and it was taking into a little darker side of things. It sounded a little darker to me. Not that the lyrics speak of any, or maybe it does. It's very hard to decipher the lyrics of bands like GRAAF generator. It started with, he looks into the future and remembers what is past. So if we just pick it up from where it was left off with Undercover Man, now maybe he's trying to change and be a different person of his own.
But it's different. He's just finds himself on a battlefield and he shrouds to his shadow because he doesn't know what he's doing there. He's impatient yet too proud to kneel. So,
also, he's free again and free to run before the onslaught of a deadly foe, leaving nothing fit for pillage, hardly leaving home. So I don't know what is happening. Is it within himself, the fights that he's fighting again, or trying to come over with the fears that he has of the first song, or is it something else that is happening society-wise with him, like more people involved? So it's difficult to tell whether it is one person even today or now, or it is a group of people that he's with. That is very difficult to tell, because first one was very clear that he was the Undercover Man and he was fighting with his own issues within. But now it's hard to tell if it is him alone or it is a lot of people who he is with. But there is something, a battle, there is some conflict, there is something definitely going on. But within himself or outside, it's hard to tell. It was engaging though.